All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Ballroom Breakdown. We have with us Max and Sharna. Welcome, you two.
Mm-hmm.
Are you happy to be here?
No, I'm actually really not happy to be here. You dragged me by my hair.
I really did.
Peter Sky. I love hanging out with you guys.
I get to see Max.
Yeah, I get to see Maxie. Haven't seen Maxie in a minute. He's been busy going all over the country doing his thing.
Wait, okay, so Flavor Flav.
Oh, yes, he was a judge.
Do we love him? Do we love what he was?
Did you just ask us before we started taping if it's Flavor Flav?
Yes, she
Flavor
did.
Flav?
I feel that needs to be shared.
You said
Flavor Flav.
Don't out me for not
I was
knowing.
like, where were you in the 90s?
Yeah, I was Spice Girls, Hanson, and Backstreet Boys for sure.
Which is fair. I get that. That makes sense.
I think he was before that. I mean,
Was he 80s?
well, I mean, I'm saying before that. He was in the same time as Hanson. And
Mm.
It's all blurry. It's a very long time
know.
ago, Maxie.
he looks older.
A smidge older than
Smidge.
Hanson.
Look, I thought he was a fun addition, but
Look, I think we have to accept that when we have these guest judges, it's for entertainment purposes. Unless you're going to have a pro from previous seasons or someone that is actually a dancer, what are they going to say?
my problem with this is, again, what is the significance of that number?
What do you mean number?
The score. So, for example, I think somebody like Flavor Flav should be given one number and say, here, just raise that
Which
whole
is
show.
Pretty much.
And I would be fine with that. But sometimes, like in the night, I don't know why.
Well,
but
I
then
guess
we
it's
have to
just him
say,
if he liked it or not. His,
no, but some of them who was there a couple of weeks? I don't remember now. Somebody who put up a 9 and everybody was like, I'm not sure why he raised the 9. Who was a guest judge a few weeks
John
ago?
Chu. Everyone else did 10s and he did a 9. Was
Yeah,
that
and
it?
then he looked like, wait, we're not
We're doing
doing the
10s
10?
here?
You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
He's like, oh, I missed the memo.
Yeah.
Look, Flav pretty much gave 10s across the board. He said he accidentally gave Alex a 9. He meant to give her a 10.
I think that's what the point that I was bringing this up. When I saw that, I was like, I don't get it. No, it's not because I'm trying to defend anybody. I'm just saying, like, I couldn't understand that. Are we judging? Are you just putting up numbers? I think it was cute and fun.
It's cute
I think
and fun.
he he punched it in wrong. Right?
Yeah, because listen, it's confusing up there. There's a lot of pressure and you don't want to get it wrong. I think it brings viewers. I think it brings comments. I think it's clickbait and rage bait. I think
There
it's
you
all
go.
the things
Definitely
that bring
rage bait.
engagement. And listen,
Because it
it's
wasn't
a TV show.
because it wasn't the commentary.
It wasn't the comments.
Definitely wasn't the
It's not
And
commentary.
it
about
wasn't,
the
and the
words
numbers
spoken.
were insignificant. They didn't make a difference to anyone at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So it
Look, I like him. I think he's a cool character, and that's it. That's the only thing I'll say about Flavor Flav. He's cool. He's a great guy. He publicly he does a lot of great things.
He does.
He's the one who saved like a women's team. Then he saved a chain of restaurants. Like he's
What do you mean
putting-
saved?
Like he would publicly go out and start promoting, like, hey, these guys are going under, like we need to save. I don't know.
I
Oh,
love that. Maybe
don't
he
wanna be
uses his
factual.
platform for good. Like
He's
I
a
love
great
that.
guy. So, but what I didn't understand is why he can just expand on his commentary. It was very,
It's his
very.
brand though, right, dude? Like he's like getting in
know.
his lines, his raps, his whatever it was, his rhymes. Sorry, like I mean,
It was funny.
It was very on brand, and if you're expecting someone to be a great judge, you're always going to be disappointed with these guests. To be honest, the exception of John Chu, I thought he was great,
Thought he
We
was
thought John was
fantastic.
amazing.
fantastic. But
Yeah.
when we have people like this, or Gene Simmons, or who remember that one, like. It's just going to be a thing. It's going to be a thing for the theme. Speaking of themes, by the way, I was a little nervous about Rock Night because in the past when we've done that, I don't think we've done this for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It was like hit or miss for me in the past when we've
There
done
was
Rock
a
and Roll
giant
Night.
miss from last Rock Night. I remember was ripping my shirt, my tank top off with Kirstie Alley to American Woman. I
Yeah.
think.
That was
Yeah.
great though.
Like,
I was hiding my tattoos with fake tattoos. I remember, so mom doesn't see.
oh my God.
This one that just got my tat. Yeah.
Well, now she knows. But I thought they actually did really well. I thought the music and the dance styles, everything that they chose, I wasn't offended like it being like overly on the nose rock and roll. I
No.
thought it was actually the theme worked really well and they did a good job.
Yeah, I was really I was happy with it. Overall, I thought the night was awesome.
Yeah.
I really did. I loved all the dances. There was some hit and misses sometimes, but we'll get
Sure.
into that.
Yeah.
But
What do you think of Carrie Ann taking on I don't personally think she's a villain, but she's certainly getting the negative commentary for it. What do you think
I
of
don't know why she's getting so much negativity.
Right?
Yes, she's emotional. Yes, she has like things that Carrie Ann does, but I genuinely do not understand the hate towards her.
Neither do I.
All right, let's get into it. Dylan and Daniela, they did the jive 8, 9, 10, 9. First of all, I want to hear your thoughts. Husband.
I think Dylan is losing steam, and if he's not, then we'll see it on the next dance, because that dance seemed a little bit like steam was lost. And there were moments in it, he's on his knee in the beginning, arms are down, he's sitting there waiting for her to come around. Like, we
I
can
saw
just
that
point,
too.
we can point at specific things and be like, yeah, at that moment he didn't look like he was giving it a show. And now we're comparing him with Robert more and more. And Robert seems like he keeps doing this, and there's no steam lost at all. And so you're noticing things. I love the second the shirt came off and that smooth and kind of that section. It almost felt like, because it wasn't attempting specifics, it was more like the freestyle vibes, little slowed down stuff that he's so much better at. So we're now, for me, he's very kind of like, there's no more enigma about him. He's fantastic at slow, grindy, hippie stuff. And he gets lost in
Great
the sauce
samba.
once it's like,
Yeah.
arms in the air, let's be jolly,
gets a
and
little
blah, blah,
loosey.
blah. Like he gets a little bit,
Yeah.
it's not his vibes.
Look, I tended to agree with you. We did watch this separately, and I felt like in the beginning of the dance, he slid through, awesome beginning, loved it. But then once he got on the knee and like he was walking Daniela around him, like the arm was down. I didn't feel the let's go, it's jive. I felt like he just looked unsure, and that's not typically his vibe. He's more like serene and a little bit shy, but I felt like he looked unsure of himself in this dance until he ripped the shirt open. And he still did jive after that. It wasn't just grindy sexual stuff. But when he did that, I was like, there you go. There you are. His spark is back. Like I did, Daniela is great at doing, knee action, bounce action, stuff like that. He had that. But I definitely do not think this was his best dance.
Yeah, I felt like, again, on the action, I think she did a great job at it. It was definitely flat-footed in places, right? So it went in and out of feeling light and heavy. And it had a nice action. His base was a bit too wide. Like, he hadn't been taught to keep it nice and tight and sort of more like a pendulum. So it made it look a little bit messy. And what I was like, okay, like this is looking good. And then I was like, oh, it's a little bit messy. And there were tiny little mistakes and missed hand connections. And you could tell that Daniela had cleaned all the details on it, right? All the positions were there. They were matching, but he was messy and she looked clean because it looked too loose. Like it wasn't specific enough, as like what Max is saying. So I get it. Like I wanted to love it because I actually usually prefer him in Latin dances to ballroom dances. But this one didn't necessarily hit it as much as I wanted it to. For sure, the shirt rip open.
Maybe something happened. I don't know. It was just like when he walked her around, I was like, oh, I don't know if he's counting in his head. I don't know. Something happened before the show. I don't know. I just felt like he was a little bit off or just not there. But, still a good jive. He still did great. He still looks great.
It's an interesting thing, right? He did a really great jive action, which is sometimes rare for people to get. But then there were the other things around it that just didn't like stick.
Yeah.
And make it look like he did that much work.
This is also coming up to the end of the season, and we've seen jives, and we've seen better jives, and that's like it's in your memory, and you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're comparing now.
people
I
are
get you.
We're
comparing
very
now,
much
also going
comparing
into
now.
Stuff. I don't think he's. I mean, unfortunately for some others, I'm not sure if he's still definitely not making the finale. I think if we're gonna say that there are 4 couples going into it, I think that he's still good, but I'm not. I don't know the votes. I don't know the numbers.
Yeah.
I think that he still has his own category of those who, they like a man, the Gilles, the Neil,
Niall.
the Nile,
Yeah.
of previous seasons. But he's just a, bit closer to a one-trick pony at this point. No disrespect at all, but it's just the open shirt and the hip and the grind, and that has a lot of fans. But when people are going to be putting him against others, they'll be like, yeah, but look at how much Robert is putting out performance-wise, and you could see it, and it's the levels not dropping. And look, I'm not talking about the
Do you
girls.
think Robert does as many steps? Like Robert's performance quality is unbelievable. The way that Robert Irwin turns into all of these different versions of himself out on that floor is like unreal.
Well,
but do you
comparing it-
think he does that much content? As much
forcing me to think back, and I'm like, I've never thought that he
Think,
didn't do
Maxi.
steps. You see people that are that. You see male celebrities who, she's spinning around him. I think I gave that criticism to Dylan when they did the rumba.
The rumba,
It
yeah.
was-
yeah.
It was Daniela's
That was very
really
Daniela heavy.
over sort of like attempt at doing the foundation stuff, and we don't look good unless we know how to stand still and stretch and
For
make
sure.
her.
It's a tough dance.
And it's about the two people then. So if we look at him, it was difficult. And I feel like that's what's happening with Robert. He doesn't need to do a lot of that stuff. I've never felt that it wasn't a performance and it wasn't 110% and it wasn't, and it didn't have wow factors in it. And you know what I mean? Whitney's doing I think
Phenomenal
Whitney's
job.
doing
No,
a
I
great job.
love what she's creating from him. I don't mean she's dancing around him at all. I've just found that Dylan has really had this attempt at trying to get the technique. There's no him just standing there while she does something, rumba aside, I guess. But I've always found like he's really trying to get in and do it. And that can make it hard. Maybe there's just too much focus then on the actual technique, right? And not the showmanship of it. Like maybe there needs to be a balance on that. But Danny is an amazing technician.
Right, but that's what I said in rumba. It didn't work. I feel like that was a huge attempt at that, and it didn't pay out.
You know what he needed? What I said when I did my critiques of the rumba, he needed I call you out all the time for it, is the Max special, like the way that you teach the going down through the leg, through a wide second into that. He's got long legs like you. And I had said weeks ago he should watch you dancing because the way that you move, big, broad, long legs, it's so beautiful on a tall man because it's really hard to dance as a tall
hard,
man.
and it's hard to teach. I think I got to give credit. The last thing, I think that it's just we also don't. There's a season management at play here, and I don't know the rest of his dances.
Yeah,
I don't know what's left because he can last week and next week, which is what, semifinal, right?
Not yet.
No, 2 more weeks.
Quarterfinals.
So it's
Quarterfinals is
this
next
2
week.
weeks and then the finale.
Yeah, it's
In
11 weeks this season.
Damn. In the next 2 weeks, I think he can definitely have a dance that's going to go, and we're back up there.
Yeah.
And maybe Robert can have a dip. I'm not sure. But
Robert
I'm
already
saying
had
we
his
don't-
dip, man.
We don't know.
Robert's momentum and arc is priming him to be standing there with a Mirabelle
Yeah,
trophy.
but 2 more weeks is a long time. I had
True.
momentum with a partner that was very clear. And in the semifinal, something happened with another couple. And it wasn't even what we did or didn't do.
Who?
We'll talk about this later. The point is, there are moments that can happen. There are so many couples left. And so, this is sort of like, we just had, I think, one side note. A long time ago, we talked about with production, I remember was privy to this, like, how do we make middle of the season exciting? Ratings usually dip in the middle because there's a, this passed and it's not yet, excitement, a few couples left. And I remember producers were really trying to figure this out. I think this season, the middle part was really exciting.
Yeah.
All right, moving along to Val and Alex. They had the Paso 10-10, 9-10. This was her best dance for me. I was obsessed with this dance for her. She had the fire. She had the strength. I feel like her journey and like growth is something to be studied right now. I feel like she is on the up. Like the amount of times that, we were critical of the face and not putting enough out there and like she's too stiff and like she's this gorgeous model, like we need to see more, I feel like she gave that to me in this dance, and I feel like she was everything and more. They had great basics, the hair whips that she was doing. She was so in control of every step that she did, and I feel like she was really in her own element, and we saw finally the Alex that I wanted to see for the entire season. What do
I
you
love
guys
that.
think?
Yeah, I mean, it was great. Look, I love the paso in it. The paso, you tease the paso, you get the paso doble back, and so I think the job was done well. These are great steps that suit her. Again, based on rondes already done in the previous couple of dances, this one was the best based on some pivots that were done in previous, and these were the most well
I
executed.
feel like
on
Val is
point.
the king of reusing those things.
Mm.
I'm
I
not
mean,
saying that's a bad thing. I'm
no,
saying
I'm
he
saying
reuses
I want, yes,
what
yes,
they do best, and
and
he does
I'm
it
very
for
proud
every
of him
dance.
for doing that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
literally foundation of what I was trying to do is just accumulation of steps and knowledge. And at
Mhm.
the end of the show, your celebrity's arc should be, and here you go, a better dancer than in the beginning.
Right.
And I think that that's what you're getting. Although a lot of times, like, look, this is already good enough dancer. Let's just give him steps, and week in and week out, just different steps. And so there's just a lot of push on just learning choreography that's different to the different songs. Whereas, the us, the Val, that school that he comes from is, let me educate you. Let me give you this foundation, and within the next 3-4 days, you'll do this, and it's accumulated. And so anyway, so this paso last week's dance was the same. I think this paso is fantastic. It's great black leather. Her
Yeah,
hair
good vibe.
worked incredible. Where if you watch it 3, 5, 10 more times, you're gonna pick out that the face, it's not her vibes to be as facially expressive as
Yeah.
Whitney. She's not that person. Fine. Give me all the other elements that
Right.
not camouflage that, but take that away. And hair took it away in this particular dance. And I'm gonna say that she matched as a female dancer, her age, her kind of where she comes from, how she presents herself is very hard to do, if damn near impossible. She matched Robert's 110% vibes in this dance.
Yes, I agree.
I agree with
And
that.
it skyrocketed her, in my opinion, as it's last week's or this week's sort of leader in
Yeah.
my world at
Yeah.
the moment.
I think she's really impressive. I've loved, because I wasn't a fan of Alex in the beginning, right? I was like, man, he's holding on to us so much. I feel like she can do more. Like, let's see it. But Val is such a beast at this gig now, right? He's seasoned at it, and we have seen her grow as a dancer, build that vocabulary and the foundation. She's doing more. She's now getting a little more face in it. Like, we've literally seen her grow into something. And me, as someone that doesn't know anything about her, went from meh, mid to I'm a fan. Like, I could see her taking it. You know what I mean? I think it might be Roberts, but I could see her being up there contending for it. And that's so cool, because she's won me as a fan, not by being pretty or already being good, but by literally stepping in and going, give me vintage Val, make me cry. I want to work my ass off. She doesn't have to do that.
God, I love vintage Val.
Vintage Val was, I mean, not many people can handle vintage Val, but vintage, she can.
People need to
and
toughen up
that's-
sometimes, all right?
Yes, it's true.
We need to
We're
toughen
all
up.
very sensitive these days. But I'm like such a fan of her approach to it. Not even just what she's producing now. She's won me as a fan of her approach to this competition and what she's doing in it. And I love that. I thought this was a great dance from her. Me personally, I'd love to see her work into his left, what am I talking about? Right hand a little bit more, like to get that a bit more tension and space. So he, like the shapes, I felt like she still tries to do a lot on her own. But
There's
that's
still 3 weeks and 5, 6,
For sure.
6 dances of pivots. I think this is gonna get
more,
even
right?
more.
And so that's been a thing for me, for her, the whole time. I feel like she still tries to lead herself a little bit, or isn't fully settling into the position so he can fully lead her and create all the shapes. But look, I thought it was one of my favorite. That and
I'm gonna tell
Maleficent,
you
I also really loved.
what I spoke to with this is like my crown rule. We don't talk about that stuff. But like Val and I talked a couple of weeks ago, and we said some time ago. The last conversation we had with Val was like, bro, I think it's time to whip out Speedos and some kind of water shower.
Oh my God, what season
I'm
was
like
that? Who was it?
Kelly Monaco.
yeah.
I was like, it's such a great, but it's just missing some things.
Wait,
Yeah.
you said that or he said
I
that?
said that. I said, I was like, please, this
Now
needs
that is
to
some
be,
vintage Val. Speedos.
this needs to be
No one will be mad at it.
these type of paso dobles. I'm not taking credit for anything, but I'm saying like, I was like, this is the paso, this is the tango. These are the dances that are gonna take Dancing with the Stars. This is the way. I don't think there's another way. You know, I think
Well,
there are other ways, but
You need to stand
this
out.
way is the way you're gonna stand out when no one really is figuring this out yet. You know, Daniela's going into. I'm the guy who said that was too traditional of a rumba for your partner, the type he is, the what he needs to show and showcase and to stand out.
Interesting.
With Whitney as I think the next level dancer we've ever seen, there are still things that she's running into a situation where it's like, well, I mean, there's got to be more now.
Yeah,
You know, are we
for
not
sure.
expecting more? I'm not, again, trying to get anybody upset at me, but there are now expectations. We've already seen this. It's almost becoming like it's another great week for Whitney.
Which is always the handicap when people come on like this.
And then
right?
it'll turn into second place in a very tough
Or semifinal.
race. No, well, I wouldn't want to go
Oh,
that far.
God.
I want to see
I need her
Mark
in the finals.
For sure, I wanna see.
I want to see Mark at in his crown, which is a freestyle.
Yeah.
The last dance of the season. If Marky has Whitney, I want to see that dance.
Yes,
right.
for sure.
So I'm definitely going to encourage everybody not vote for them out of the finale. That's absurd. But they need to find their little back, and it's very difficult because she's so good. How much further can you go?
I don't know how much more and better can you get?
Don't know.
Like, I just,
Don't know. But what's happening now is Alex and Val, just to wrap it up on them, is that she's getting a trajectory that's very up, very obvious. She was already coming in with foundation, but she's taking on this ballroom thing.
she's changing people's minds of her. I too was
Right.
like Sharna.
There you
My
go.
mind has changed now. I think that she's giving it her all, where, like, take the armor off, so to speak.
And we're
Like,
not talking about like or dislike as a person. We're talking
No.
about a level
No.
of
Yeah.
performance.
But
Yeah.
Dancing with the Stars requires you to give it everything. You
Yeah.
give your life up for this show. Like, don't have walls around you that you don't want to talk about this, you don't want to do this. Like, you have to give everything. Show yourself. Show the flaws.
Which I think Whitney's doing that, right?
Oh, yeah. No, I think she's doing that too. I'm just saying, like, I feel in the beginning, I wanted more from
Oh,
Alex.
from
I
Alex,
wanted
yes.
just like, give me everything. But yeah, they're doing great. And I think
She's here
hell,
now.
they could win it.
Yeah.
You don't know. Like, what if Alex's people just like rally?
Babe, what if Andy wins it? I'm telling you, the season I won with Bobby, it was stacked with so many dancers. That final, we're all standing there. All four other couples were exceptional. And Bobby and I won because he was, as Bruno just called him, the people's champion. Like, maybe people,
Jesus,
it's just,
if Andy wins.
could you imagine? But also, like, I lived it. But like, it's one of those things. Maybe there's just so much good dancing that you're literally nitpicking the tiniest of details, and everyone's like,
No
man,
way.
Andy's
Poor
got it.
boy.
No way.
I think there's no way. But
No way. He can go down as the most, and this what I see him second. No way, please.
Second,
don't do
sure,
that.
totally. I can see that too.
I don't
and
see
the
that.
odds are it won't happen again. I don't think they'll let it happen
I
again.
see him
would-
semifinals. I'm going to bet right now he does the semifinals.
I
Andy.
agree with that. I think he'll do semifinals.
It's just completely his own category. He's on his own.
Right.
He's by himself.
So
There's
everyone
a
that loves exceptional dance is
giant-
splitting their votes between Whitney and Alex. Right? Everyone that loves exceptional dance is splitting their votes. If they've never
but
heard
those
of
are
either
the
of them.
same people who love man with their shirt off and
Sure.
8-pack, and they keep splitting them four ways. So you're saying it's Andy against everybody who splits their votes 4 ways?
Have you seen, like, people are literally voting for Andy to get other people off.
Literally.
Shit's crazy these days. It's
Dude,
wild.
I don't go on TikTok, and this is my thing where I
Oh,
haven't
it's so dark
seen
over there. It's so dark.
so much. Whenever I have maybe once every 3 weeks, I'll just click on. Babe, I do 2 scrolls, and I'm like, yo, I gotta get off here.
Yeah, that's
Like,
why I
there's
don't scroll.
something-
That's why I keep maintaining
can't
my
go.
I don't care.
Yeah.
That's why I don't care.
It's
But
too
you guys
much.
forget that when we had MySpace as a pinnacle of social media, at the
Oh, I remember.
we had Vegas bookies, some of the biggest bookies in Vegas that would set games and Super Bowl
Oh, yeah.
odds and all of that. They would be making Dancing with the Stars odds in beginnings of the season. One of them was actually in contact, was like, "Hey, this is what I think." But anyway, it's interesting. But I hope Andy
Since
does
we're on
the
Andy now,
best.
say
I know. I was
next.
going to say Andy's next.
If Andy's next, I think this was a great dance. I had a smile
Yeah.
watching him the whole time because I have zero expectations. I
Yeah.
have no expectation. I'm not looking for the steps. I'm not looking for whatever. And then what I'm looking for is never to have a moment when I'm like, "Ugh, okay, we're back." So I give him the benefit of a doubt also is because that's our business. My industry, with Dance With Me is this. This is my clientele.
That's your clientele,
That's
yeah.
my person. That's who's coming and saying, look, I'm a divorcee, widower, whatever. I have this, life. I don't have anything, or I have something, whatever it is. We fill in the void, or we fill in the, pastime. And then hopefully, if we're good at our job, we get him to transition to something like this, where he partakes in, in showcases and dresses up and has these outfits, and they do, different themes. Andy is literally one of the reasons why our business is been booming last 10, 20 years or whatever. People are dancing and they love that stuff.
Mm.
So for me, it's amazing to see. And so then I apply some of that knowledge. I'm like, look, I just want some fingers. And he showed that. I want some little vibes in his steps. Like, I didn't want him to just kind of shovel his feet around the floor. And he did that. He did the little hoppity hop. He did whatever. He's in his
It was
bare
so
feet,
cute.
no socks. It was so cute.
He
it was just
was
like
so
watching,
cute.
watching your grandpa, kill it, and actually look amazing.
Your
doing
grandpa,
it.
he's like 50 years old.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I'm sorry, Andy. I apologize, but I'm just saying, like, he look within the cast and within the way it looks, and all these comparisons. What I really enjoyed this performance, and if he's
When he did the
Yeah.
well, that's look. So that
no.
I'm gonna that wouldn't be me. So my only picking was, well, then do more of that. Don't have this. For
it did
8
come
pounds.
out of nowhere.
Give me another
but-
blah da 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 da. Like he already is so limited.
Yeah.
I'm not in the room. Emma is managing this. Whatever. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Let's just do another. Pull another step from the few that he does do,
Yeah.
and then just keep piling them on. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, give me more, Andy. Like, let's not stop and not dance.
Yeah.
His package. Oh
Oh
when
my God,
they
the
were
package
crying.
had me. Yeah.
when-
The tears. I mean, he's so cute.
He's
And
so
He's
cute.
so cute. I
The
just want to
only
hug
one.
his belly.
That doesn't sound like you're talking about like a 50-year-old. That's only
I wanna
5 years.
hug
5
his
years
I
older
want
than
to hug
me.
his belly. His
You-
belly is the
How
cutest
old is
thing.
Andy, by the way?
He's like 57, something like that.
So we're like 10 years apart, babe. What do you mean? Just want to come up and hug his
What
belly?
do you mean? I just want to do
But
this
don't
one.
worry, let's just stay away. I just said grandpa. If it's not a grandpa thing, then let's not
It's not a grandpa thing.
stay away from Andy. He might
Oh,
win Dancing
man.
with the Stars. I'm definitely.
No, he
He'll
was
threaten.
so cute.
Flav gave it a 9.
I have a
Bro,
question
please,
for
this
you
is
all,
why
though.
we shouldn't give Flav the
I have a
power of
question
giving
for you all.
9.
Just give him the one paddle, like you said, and so that everyone gets 10.
The one scroll that I did do on TikTok, there was an interesting comment made by somebody, and they were like, do you think if Andy was a woman that he would be getting this much love?
Oh,
And
look, I've seen
support.
some stuff like that.
You're
And
stepping into
And then I really had to think about that. I was like, wait a
quintessential
second. So
conversation.
usually women would be completely shat on. Maybe not throughout their entire journey on Dancing with the Stars, but I feel like he is very much put on that pedestal for a good reason.
Can I
But
say
do you
something
think
first?
if
'Cause
a woman was him right now?
Shauna's gearing up.
I don't know if I'm gearing
wanna
up. I don't
get
know
out-
if I'm going
I
to
wanna-
touch it with a 10-foot pole
I
at
want
this
to get
point.
out
but-
of the way. But look, Kirsty, rest in peace, was 62.
Mm.
Okay,
That's what I was about
we
to
can,
say.
We can put
There-
this on the same panel.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be the guy who say we did amazing stuff. We attempted every
You
damn
did
time.
great.
But we didn't dance that much either. We were the feel, the feeling of the show at that moment. You know what I'm saying? For that season, we were that couple that had a journey. You know what I'm saying? And they were so funny and
It
fun
was
to watch.
comical and
We were hilarious.
Yeah.
I was feeding her stuff. She was feeding me things. It was incredible. And I think that's why I kept saying, like, look, Andy's not gonna win with dancing. He needs to be Andy. I let Kirsty be Kirsty. Yo, why don't you tell us what you want the next dance to be? So
Totally.
Charleston, she decided to jump out of a cake. Why? I don't know why. Because she convinced
She wanted to.
production team that they'll build her a cake. My point is, I think that's what their journey is. It's not a dance journey. It's a partnership. Heart. That type of attachment. So from that perspective, I'm the guy who's gonna call it how it is. But I also have to own up to the other side. I was also the beneficiary of that type of relationship
Right.
where we didn't do much dancing, but we put on the show as a couple. And so that's why I'm like, yeah, please let him in the final, let him be second. I don't care, but he can't win, because this is still Dancing with the Stars, not being the best relationship couple, cute AF with the stars, right? There's still got to be an element of.
But the fact
best
of the
couple.
matter is, he can win.
As I mean, nowadays
proven. I did
anything
it.
can happen.
He could win, but
I'm just saying the woman versus a man comparison, yes, it does exist. This particular moment, would Andy, had he been a woman, gone that far? Yeah, it was Kirstie.
okay.
I
Yeah.
agree with you. As you're talking, I'm trying to think back at some of the women that have, and it's honestly hard to think there's so many seasons, but I remember like Gladys Knight. There have been so many contestants, male and female, that have come on and had.
To such. I mean, we're talking about going all the way to the finale.
Where did Gladys get to?
I don't know. I think
Probably halfway.
Halfway, possibly, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's been across the board. Who did Mark play the milkman with? It was Switch Up Week. And it was Louis' partner. But I think the point is there have been personalities, both male and female, that have had these types of journeys like you had with Kirstie. And I think it's a very special human that gets to have that journey.
Oh, of course.
We've also
Yeah.
had a lot of male contestants that don't do much, and the judges are like, for the love of God, do something. But he's got something special about him where you're like, let him be second. I'm good with it, and it doesn't, we just feel that way. But you can't say it has to do with how well he dances or how he looks. It's something that he projects that is just magical about him,
So we don't agree then.
I
You're
don't
saying
agree.
You don't agree with
I
that.
don't agree.
There was a big long threads after threads. It's misogyny.
I agree with the
And
topic,
I'm like,
and I would love to add to it on a different note. The topic of male celebrity versus female celebrities that come absolutely
I think
valid.
there's a lot to get into there that we don't need to.
Absolutely valid.
But yes, I think there's a lot there. But in this particular situation, like you're talking about, there's something special about Andy. And if he was in a female form with a vagina, I think there'd still be something special about.
But that's what I'm saying. For me, it's so easy because hold on, let me look back into 20 years of dancing. Oh yeah, we had that. We have this, and we had that.
Yeah.
Tommy
Right?
Chung.
Type of thing.
He has a
But
dick
that's-
though.
He does
Yeah.
have a penis.
That's what I'm saying. It's like for me, nope. That's Kirstie. Okay, cool. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another example, maybe, but
Okay.
not this one.
We love you, Andy.
We love
and
Andy.
you are there for a reason. Okay. Next up, Mark and Whitney with the Paso 9 10 10 10. Loved it. What can I say? Her shaping, holy shitballs. The way that she's bending back, arms up, banana back.
Spectacular.
She can do no wrong for me. I am
See,
consistently in awe of her.
See, for me, the last few weeks, she's done a lot wrong. Not because her dancing isn't great or her technique isn't, but she's either out of the wrong pocket of the music. This one, she had a bunch of stumbles. Her balance wasn't great in it.
Where was the stumble?
She had a couple of balance issues in certain things where she lost it, and then also her ending position, she didn't totally have it. Like there were little things that came up that I think we are seeing her sort of fall from it a little bit, where she can ramp
She's
it up
human.
and get bigger. She's human,
Yeah.
of course. Maybe the pressure's getting to her. I don't know. But I'm a huge fan of Whitney as far as what she produces, and
Yeah.
any pro could go out and have the same stumbles, but we're talking about
Yeah.
this being a competition. I have a super high standard for her because of her dance background. So when I see her out of time or not in the same pocket or stumbling, I'm like, that kind of like holds
Yeah.
weight for me because
The
I
timing
expect more of
thing-
her.
Sometimes she rushes, right? It's
Yeah.
been in the contemporary, it's been in others. So
2 weeks in a row. yeah.
I don't know. I feel like she's doing so much content. It's like there's never a breath to be taken. I'm just like, holy crap. And the steady cam in the last, 15 seconds or whatever it was.
Spectacular.
Uh,
You didn't like it?
I was getting a little dizzy. I
Oh,
wanted
got
to
you.
see the choreography and it's going around. And I'm like, wait a second, what is that? And I'm like trying to make it happen in my head.
Yeah.
But all in all, fabulous.
Yeah, no,
She's incredible.
I felt like the footwork was a little off, and you know, but not too much, not to
How
the
so
point.
though?
I don't know, like some moments. I just vividly see a moment when the feet didn't really get close
Get closed.
together.
There was a couple moments where they didn't.
You know,
it
and
wasn't
she
tidy.
kind of sort of like just kind of, you know, stepped around. Again, this is like splitting hairs for somebody like her. It's insane. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, what
Yeah,
are we
we're
talking
really
about?
picking.
You know, we're picking, but it's crazy because it's not me picking. It's me. It's like I'm in a room with people who are non-dancers, and every time something happens, everybody's like, okay, well, was that something or not? And I'm being like, no, that was nothing. That was this, what, oh, okay, cool. And it was, what about that? Yep, that was something. That was
Yeah.
something. You know, so like I'm being that guy, and I don't want to be that guy. I do enjoy that performance. I think, you know, there are a lot of, but I just feel like the way they started was just, it was so much momentum. And again, this season is a marathon. It seems like, you know, Alex has a huge, you know, up kick right now somehow. You know, we are all Team Andy over here. Everybody's like, okay, but are you gonna do anything even more? You
I
know,
think
and
they've
so I
got
think
so
it's a bit
up their
unfair.
sleeves.
Yes.
It's a bit unfair, but that's what you get when it's like 9 on week 4.
Yep.
Well,
You know, and so now we're talking about the stuff that we love to talk about. Please, who's gonna bring a 4 and not say 4 because you suck, but 4 because it's week 1,
Yeah.
week 5. I mean, sorry, week 2. You know, and then it's a 7.
but then it's also Andy got 7s, right?
Andy's been pretty
How
high the
can
whole
you give
season, though.
Andy a 7
But
and you
because
give
right
Elaine
now-
some 8s?
Right now, everything is
You know?
separated by 3 points. You know, if you're Whitney, you get a 10. You know, if you're I don't know,
Dylan.
if you're Dylan, you're an 8 if you're slipping,
Yeah, you're a 9. on
but
a
you
good day.
can't slip all the way down to Andy, and that's why Andy's a 7.
Andy should have stayed in the 4 and 5 the whole season. You know what I mean? And then you have more room to breathe.
Oh my
for
God, I do
everybody
remember
else.
season sweat. I don't
But then
remember
he
with
might not
whom.
have
My
survived.
7 was the pinnacle.
Same.
We had a 7 that was like,
Hallelujah.
yes,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, from land the 10 is no, it's not for
Don't
us.
even
not,
worry
not
about
this
that. Yeah,
season.
yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
We're gonna
Don't
aim
worry
for a
about
7,
it. Right.
For sure.
But a 7 was like semi-final. We finally got it. I don't remember. But anyway, I think that's another reason for the scores, just to give the separation and ease the judges into this opportunities of reward. Otherwise, it's not a reward. It's almost hindrance. Don't give me, you know,
That's
an
true.
8
That's a
and
good
9.
point.
If I'm a Mark and Whitney, don't give me that early in the season. I don't want it.
She
Give
should
me
have been
that
trying to earn
later
it.
so that I can show growth and we can
Yes.
show.
Thing is,
Or-
how
100%.
much more can she do? What is her growth? Like, she just has to keep that top spot. She just needs to keep producing exceptional dancers
are, and that's
until
why-
the end, and they are.
And that's why I don't think that they
Like-
have a problem. I don't think that there's an issue with her.
No.
I don't think that there's going to be any possibility that they're not given an opportunity to do the freestyle, which
Yeah.
is going to decide who wins this freaking thing.
I say
It's
that.
not going to be about the dance you did in the in quarterfinals when we decided yada blah blah blah. It was Kirstie Alley, the season that I'm referencing. We were winning that season. There was no doubt about it. And in semifinal,
Mhm.
in training for the finale or whatever, I think Kimi and her partner, what's his name? I forgot his name. He fell on her in rehearsal, and she came out and spent a week in a neck brace.
What was that? Who? I can't
You
remember.
know,
Football player.
and it's completely took it out of us.
Yeah.
We had no story left. We were exhausted from the season and being Max and Kirstie. It was the last week and their only week. And I'm not taking it away from their
No,
dancing.
they were
because
insanely
we were
good.
not winning the show with Kirstie on dance at all.
Mm.
But we felt that took our our steam of the season. And in the rap, when we didn't dance the best dance possible in the freestyle because we were not a dancing couple, our story at the finale wasn't as potent as Kimmy walking around with neck brace with rhinestones on it and
Yeah,
him
correct.
apologizing for it.
get
And
it.
he was a super
Yeah.
nice guy.
Story matters.
What's his name?
Forgot, I'm sorry.
Heinz
Ward.
Ward.
There you go.
Ward.
Heinz.
They were
Heinz,
fantastic.
That was
Heinz
so good.
my guy.
They
but,
won.
Yeah.
And we were second.
Yeah.
And that was it. And again, like I said, this is just
Yeah.
part of the, fact, opinion, all that.
Alrighty. Danielle Pasha, they did the contemporary 9898. Sadly, they went home. Look, there were some beautiful positives in this dance. Do I think it's her best dance? Absolutely not.
Her Argentine tango was her best dance.
Yes, by far. Now, she's such a sweetheart. She's such a kind, beautiful lady. Like, I just think she projects kindness, joy, everything. I just feel like there were obvious things missing in the dance. The best parts were some of the lifty things that they were doing. There was one big one in the middle that felt a little too labored for
Where
me.
she went up to the shoulder, yeah.
Yeah, that felt labored. It didn't look like, a nice entry into that lift. But the one where she was backwards laying out and he was spinning her around, gorgeous, beautiful. There was some arm movements, and in the beginning when he pulled her back and she was lifted in his arms in a tuck position and then she pushed her. Love. I also think, though, that there was movement in there that she didn't look good doing. Like, those were not the best moves to put in. Now, I don't know what the process was. I don't know how the rehearsal was going. I just think that also contemporary requires athleticism, as do all the other dances, but you
Right.
are barefoot. You are naked out there. Like, you need to have so much strength and power to do the lunges, the jumps, the rolls, the turns, like it's a full-on crazy-ass dance to do when you are not a dancer. That's my take. She needed more oomph. Come on, give it to me,
I feel like that's been her thing the whole season, though.
What?
Like more oomph, more give it to me.
Okay.
But
Okay.
across the board, I've felt like dance just wasn't a whole body experience for her, and actually Derek's comment of it being disjointed was something that resonated with me because she would do things and there's parts of it that looked really good but
Yes.
they didn't all come together. So dance wasn't a whole body experience. Nothing was connected to the core, no energy going out to all of it. It wasn't fully expressing. She was always this beautiful, joyful version of herself. Actually, not in this though. It seemed like she was in a bit emotionally a different place with it. But it just didn't cross through a threshold, right? The limbs didn't stretch enough. The core wasn't connected. It felt a little bit wobbly, a little bit messy. And maybe it was, I didn't necessarily see that the movement didn't look good on her, but maybe.
I just didn't connect her movement with what she was doing.
What she was doing because
I
it
don't
felt
know.
disjointed.
Yeah.
And so I get that. I totally understand that. And it sucks because I think she had so much potential in there because she could move.
I think that she really wanted to continue, though. Didn't you feel that?
Well, I think she loved the experience and she's
Yeah.
also incredibly lovable as a human and energetically just loved being there and being around people. This whole experience she's embraced in the most incredible way. And I think she's sad that this has come to an end. I think it was also a tough season for her to be in, right?
The girls are so good.
The girls are so good. And she ended up being in the middle of the pack where any other season when you only have an Alex or you only have a Whitney, she could have gone further and had more of an opportunity to shine. But we're looking at some of the most exceptional dancing we've ever seen on Dancing with the Stars. And then we have an Andy. So where is she? She's lost in the middle of it.
She's
Not
gone.
because she's
That's
not
the
wonderful.
elimination. That's
Yeah. And
you're
so
not
that's-
there and you're not down
And you're
there.
not
You're not
here.
the Andy.
And I hate to say it, but that's Dylan is next. Unless,
might be.
Unless,
He could be. He needs to pick it up this
Unless
week.
he dances in a Speedo.
Exactly.
I
So,
might
but
vote
that's
for
what I'm
that.
saying. Because it's like, where's Dancing with the
Yep.
Stars? Where that was the we had the jurisdiction to go off and really hone in on some of the things. It's I don't know. Anyway, I feel
Okay.
like that was the point.
Mm.
It's not enough. It's just a dance, and by now, I think it's already a late in the season.
Yeah.
For
It just
this.
wasn't her thing.
I get you.
Alan and Elaine, they did a Viennese waltz, 9, 9, 10, 9. love this woman. I keep
I love
saying
her.
it.
I met her when I was there at
Did
the show
you?
this week, and I was like, I'm just like a little kid.
She's just
She's beautiful.
spectacular.
Yeah,
Like
as a human.
spins, turns, her opening outs.
Yeah, gorgeous. Where she let the head release in them as well. Like
she's
spectacular.
like giving everything. She looks like she's danced throughout her entire childhood right now. It's really
She's been
showing.
a dancer. I love her. I would have loved to have still seen some sway and some power in it. I
More
think there was
power for
definitely
sure.
things that were missing, but she had a rib injury, so I don't know how much that hindered her in getting the sway in the Viennese waltz and the drive. But I do love watching her. Her spins and arms are phenomenal. Her performance is always gorgeous.
Frame was a little tense, but again,
So I have
ribcage stuff.
I think Elaine is definitely one of my favorites right away. I mean, you could see the quality of movement. I think that she's hitting that, and it's all coming back to me now, you know, like she's back.
Yeah.
You know, her body, that's my only thing. Like when they start falling apart, unfortunately, it's so late. I don't know how long.
Don't fall
The
apart,
ribs are
Elaine.
tough, you know, because it's such a central
Takes so
part
long
of the
to heal.
body, takes away from the movement and extensions. And, you know, in this competition and in this environment, this sort of like Alex and Whitney next to you, she kind of, that's her high card, and is her finishes and is everything that she does on a really professional level, I gotta admit.
Yeah.
She looks like she, you know, one of those dance teachers who was given the opportunity to kick it, you know.
Yes.
And so now she's back with some of the injuries, but her professional self is also back. And you could see it. It was so, you're back from the hospital and you had the injury and you sat out a couple of days and then you whipped out spin, step, spin, step, change direction,
Straight into
arm stretch,
Beautiful.
and then bang, bang, and then down the middle. I was like, I sat back. I was like, we're evaluating what now? You know?
Yeah.
So
I think Alan's really very much enjoying this like partnership.
I don't think he's enjoying. I think he's stressed.
Why?
I think he because you see
I don't
he's
think
trying
he's
to do
enjoying it.
his best.
No, yeah, I'm saying
and it
like, but
shows-
she can do.
I think both of those things are true.
Yeah, but she's
I'm
done
honest with you.
stuff before. You know, he's had people that could dance. I'm saying like he's now coming into like Alan's best, in my opinion. And, you know, have to give flowers of someone who's been through enough and knows and gets it. Now he gets it. And I feel like what he's doing with her is like he's on it. He's locked in. He's stressed AF, like all of us.
Who
towards
isn't at this
end
point
of
in the competition,
Exactly,
though?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm saying it in a good way. Like,
yeah.
great, you know, moments. And now he's going through things where he's taking his partner to the hospital and, you know, and they still have a chance and she's still fantastic. I thought this was, what did she get? What did she get?
She got 9, 9, 10, 9.
Flav gave it a 10.
I mean, to be honest with you, I thought it was a 10 given yesterday.
Did you?
Why wouldn't it be? She's done the same quality movement within the dance that she perfectly executed. Like, why not a 10? You know,
Well,
what
because
was the
Alex
point?
and Whitney get 10s, babe.
But that doesn't make sense to me. But but
Because she's not an.
But that foxtrot with the like to me, we gloss over the details and how incredibly they're executed. The hard ones, like the turn, like the double spins going back into it, and another one, the framing, the movement, the size of her steps, the how she takes him. Like there's so many details that are just, she just did a great job. No, she did more than a great job.
Yeah.
She did a freaking incredible job.
Yeah.
You know, and yes, we're looking at somebody with injury, so why wouldn't that be added type of bonus if you're giving an Indian a 9? I'm not saying Flavor Flav. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know?
I understand what you're saying.
Because that's the conversation you guys started, you know,
Well,
girls versus guys.
Let me ask you this on if you see two contestants dancing and they're both executed brilliantly, but one is more complex. One has more layers of musicality. The choreography is more intricate, but they're both executed brilliantly. Where do you put them? Because couple A is doing the difficult choreography, couple B is doing the more simple.
We
but
can't
do you
just
rank
say
them the
this is too
same?
simple because now you're choosing one item by which to judge. But we know we're not judging by one thing. We're judging by it's also Dancing with the Stars. It's also, you know, let's highlight things versus highlight the negative things type of thing, blah, blah, blah. That, you know, just pick out the positive. It's also, you know, age into consideration. It's also all the other stuff. And we just talked about how Whitney has different levels that she's getting picked on
Mm-hmm.
you know. But if you're gonna do that, you want to do that. If you're gonna go that route and pick on things like what we saw, which was footwork that wasn't there, Elaine didn't show any of this. Then you're gonna say, but that was an easy dance. But that's not their job to pick dances to dance.
It's also
and
true.
to which
I get
to
it.
could be compared against. We made this whole show about 3 leading couples doing the same paso doble. But then we didn't make a show out of the fact that the Viennese waltz that was represented was top of the line.
Yeah.
So you put that up against other Viennese waltzes. I don't know how that looks.
I get what you're saying.
It's just so hard to like. One week we judge this way, this week we judge
But
that
it's
way.
also it's just Dancing with the Stars. We have to remember
True.
that.
And we
True.
have to remember there's only 10 points, right? So at some point that there is a scale of what's a 10.
Yeah, there's a
There's
9.
a scale of what's a
then there's a
9.
9,
It's
yeah.
10
not
is-
just black and white.
Perfection, guys. So was Elaine perfection?
Was Whitney perfection, and was it the same perfection as Alex?
For me, yes, because I don't know. I don't know how much better you can get with Whitney.
And why are we picking on Whitney and her footwork and the fact that it wasn't the same? And
Mm.
So me personally, I haven't given a 10 out this season yet at all, but Whitney and Elaine were on the same score. But because of
Oh,
different things, Whitney, I
okay.
have a high standard. She had balance issues and whatever. Elaine, I love what she did. It was beautiful. I want more drive out of it.
I'm not
So
talking
for
about
me,
a
it's
10.
like-
I'm not giving her a 10.
No, I'm not saying
giving
that,
her
but-
Dancing with the Stars yesterday kind of format. What you just said, I had them at the same score.
Same level.
That's what I'm trying
Same.
to say.
Yeah, I'm on the same
It's
page
not
with
a
that.
number. Forget the number. But whatever Whitney and Alex got,
You
Elaine
think
could have
Elaine
gotten
got
I
yesterday.
understand. I did the same thing. That's where
That's
I
interesting. Okay.
Oh, yeah, okay, fine.
I
if
said that was on the
that's
same
the better
page.
way to say it. I'll say that they should have been on the same score. Is it a 10? What is
Really?
it? What is a 10?
Mm.
I don't know if it's a 10.
Because I agree with what Max is
Mm.
saying. Like she executed it so well.
No, of course. I'm just saying there was no arch in her back. There is, the frame was up there, but she can't do that. So do we just set that all aside?
But
That's where the
but
Dancing with
there's
the Stars
not
of it all comes
there's
in.
not it's there is she's also taller. She's also got different body type.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so if somebody's next to her spin, and she can't, so like we're deducting points for what? She
Look,
does
we love Elaine.
better body control, better balance control. She has an incredible just her self control, because I see Alan doing a lot, but she's also doing
Doing
a
a lot.
She is.
on her own.
She's killing it.
A lot.
All right. Next up is, also, by the way, 4 days of rehearsal too.
Yeah.
Elaine did that in.
Great.
Not even a full, 6, what we would usually get.
She's
All
incredible.
right. Jordan and Ezra with the jazz 10, 9, 10, 9. That's how you enter the floor for me. She
as a
was-
gymnast, sure. Okay. She's kind of a
Acrobat.
gymnast that went to the Olympics.
Oh
like
my God. Holy shit. That beginning was sensational. She looked so good in that wig, by the way. Like, I loved everything about this dance. This was Ezra, insanely amazing job. I'm going to say one thing. I love that it was classic jazz, by the way. It
Mhm.
was just like old school jazz moves that I could see and just go, oh yeah, jazz, jazz, jazz. Like, I loved that. It wasn't like a ballroom mix up of things
Yeah.
that we all have done before. One thing, I wish there was like a long part of choreography, a long piece of choreography that was just, they weren't touching for so long. They weren't together doing steps. And that's the only thing I was like, it's just so much separation between the two. Even when they were coming down, I wish they were more together coming down. That's my only thing. Just visually, I would just like them to have touched a little bit more. That's it though. Fantastic.
for me, this jazz, was it executed really well? Absolutely. Does she have an advantage because of the tricks that she can do? 100%. But I honestly think it was too simple. It wasn't layered enough. The choreography, yes, while straight up jazz, there was nothing intricate about it. There was no
I'll agree
layers
with
in
that.
the musicality. It was very simple. Just stayed in the same pocket the whole time. And so for me, if you took out her gymnast ability and the fact that people were flipping her, not so much.
I can agree with that. I can agree. And that's why I wanted more duo content, like partner work.
Like she's very capable, and I usually love Ezra's choreography. So don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of what he's been doing. But this one, if you took away the tricks, it fell flat for me as far as choreographically and the dynamics and the things that were in there. I wanted more out of the jazz because I felt like, first of all, a strength for Ezra as a style, and second, I think she could have really done some cool stuff. Personally.
Yeah, that's the one.
1000%.
That's the one that I'm just trying to like, you know, instead of just saying what was something like this, what I would want out of it more of, right? But I feel like them I would want to see side by side doing like the pirouettes, and spin,
Sure.
and run, and jump, you know, all
Like,
that
let's
stuff.
get it really difficult
and I'm not,
then.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not saying, you know, in spite of what you're saying, which you would have wanted to see more of them
More
doing
content,
things
more
together.
jazz content.
You know what I was watching? I was watching a professional gymnast doing a floor routine. And to me, those
Totally.
always miss dancing. You know, those are great things that they do within the format of their competition, and we're all at awe of all the physical ability. The moments of dance in between, for me, it's like, haha,
Yeah.
it's cute. You know, it's you guys, it's fun.
Because
and you,
she's
and
so
you go
able
viral
also.
and you go all this
Like,
stuff, and
do
I get
it. Yeah.
Right. But then you get on Dancing with the Stars, get that dance education up, you know, come back with a floor routine that in between your tricks that are Olympic level, you know, incredible stuff, you also have that incredible dance understanding and where you are and able to switch that balance and do a couple of those things. And I think she will if she wanted to, right? But I'm just going to say that I didn't get this out of this stuff. I saw gymnasts doing things.
Same.
When just going to be that guy. Why not? Just here you go. When Sean Johnson was on the show with Derek, you know, that's when we saw that. We saw that this gymnast was doing things that we felt like, oh, damn.
And
Well,
with
she was
Mark.
first with Mark.
First with Mark.
Yeah.
And both seasons,
Yep.
she did
Sorry.
some incredible stuff. Yes.
Sorry. I'm going to go back to when she was with Mark.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm just going to, that season, the all-star season for all of us was a little
crazy.
strange.
Yeah.
Some better than others, but you know, I feel like let's talk about the original partnerships, right? Mark and Sean. But also, no, Derek and Sean did some crazy stuff.
They
stuff
did.
too.
They were both, but
They
very
did amazing
different.
stuff.
They were very different
exactly.
partnerships.
No, different but dope. So
Yeah.
my point is this: it's like the gymnasts when they come, and it's kind of like more of the same. You know what they've already done. Who else? Mark and Ali.
Simone. Yeah, we've.
She did great.
Suni.
Ali did great.
I was not Simone. I'm not going to speak on Simone's season, but in my memory, the standouts. Yeah, you know, Ali and Mark did some crazy stuff, and Sean. And I'm not saying the other girls didn't. We had a lot of gymnasts.
Sure.
But
Over
I'm
the
saying
years,
that out of Jordan, that's what I'm missing. And I think Ezra did a fantastic job last week. I'm not going to judge, you know, the jazz the way it is, but if you're going to do it, this is the place to do it at. Do the jazz. Do the full out jazz. Don't be like, yo, you're such a great gymnast. Let's use
that
45% of that.
Yeah.
I think, you know, now looking back at it, they just took too much time away with the lifts and stuff, you know.
But if it was
they could have
balanced
done
with
less.
like, sure. But even then, if it was balanced with like balls to the wall jazz, triple
I see your
pirouette, fouette, like whatever, going down the room, like give it to me in spades and layers of musicality and difficulty level, then I don't mind the tricks because it's balanced.
Because that's what impresses me when Elaine does stuff, and I'm like, give her 10. Just
Yeah.
give that lady a 10 now, because she's doing that da diggy diggy dig, ba 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 ba, and I'm like, shit, this is awesome. Is my point with Ezra and Jordan, bro? You guys don't touch for 2/3 of the dance. I'm fine with that, but face it forward and fucking kill it.
Fucking go for it.
You know?
I agree.
For sure. All right. Whitney and Robert with the Paso. They closed out the show with 9, 9, 10, 10. I thought
it was the Derek Huff special at the top. Not about Derek, but like the whole visual of it, like the flags and the red smoke behind and him standing there in the mat. I just saw Derek. Like I feel like he was the
that's
first one to
interesting.
use these flags. The visual of it felt like a Derek creative, which I'm no shade on, by the way. It just reminded me of that. I thought it was really beautiful.
No, because he's done them before. But
Yeah.
he did screw up that at the last caping thing. Did you see that?
He turned the wrong beat, right?
Yeah,
Or
he
was it
turned a little
supposed to
late
be
because he was
staggered?
meant to clip it under his arm or something, like the other guys, and then turn.
Yeah.
Anyway, little things. There were little mishaps along the way,
Foot fiddles and
little foot fiddles, and getting onto the floor when he first was meant to when he was walking down the
he had
stairs
a
with
foot
Whitney.
fiddle.
There's a little thing there. Look, overall, he frickin' crushed it. I loved it. I think his shaping.
9, 9, 10, 10.
I thought his shaping was good. For me, he's so good because he sticks everything. Except for the little foot fiddle, he
Yeah.
nails everything that he sets his mind to. He's in it. He showcases it. He executes it well. Those foot fiddles did bother me. I'm not going to lie, because they shouldn't really be there at that stage. I think
Because
I would give it a 9. Yes.
because you just went
I wouldn't
back
give it
and
10s.
thought about what you would have given Dylan. Am I wrong? Come on. Was there a thought of Dylan at all in your day when I asked you if it's a 9?
If Dylan's jive was a 9?
No, I'm asking
What?
you. I just asked you what would you give Robert? You said a 9. But
Yeah.
you gave it a big thought.
Yeah, I did.
Because I think that the thought included the Dylan 9. And but my point is, go back to what I said. I would give it an 8 because I thought that was a better dance than Dylan. If it's not a 10, then Dylan is not a 9.
No, 100%.
Okay, so
I
then
always had Dylan
then
was
we
an
can
8 for me.
agree
Yeah.
that Dylan's an 8.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's why.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think because it wasn't a perfect passo, I guess, for me. It was amazing. It just had those little things which for me docked it down a point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I would do now is I would go, okay, cool. Let's separate them now. It was a very clear separation with Whitney and Alex.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's Robert
Mm-hmm.
and Elaine.
Okay.
Yeah,
at
I
this
agree with
point,
that.
right? And then it's and it's not the same. It's not
I
it's
agree
not a
with that
three-way
ranking.
9. It's not. It's
I
a
agree with
9,
that.
and then it's an 8,
Mhm.
and then it's a 7, right?
That's why we
Which
need
is
the
Andy,
space.
and that's why we need spacing, right? And
Mhm.
so you know why I'm cool with this 8 if I'm a Dylan and Daniela, because you get an opportunity to just come right back. This is now where it counts. So if anybody's gonna have a splash, it has to be now.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the problem is with everybody, is that Alex and Val are the best position for the rest of the splashes. I wouldn't take it away from Whitney and Mark because, again, this girl has bottomless possibilities.
Totally.
And so anytime Mark is like, okay, and now we're going to do 150, she's going to give it to him.
Lord knows what his freestyle is. He's
Right?
playing.
Exactly.
And that
And
would
so that's
already
what
be
I'm saying.
planned, by the way. That freestyle is probably
Obviously.
Oh, for sure.
set
For sure.
and done. Like,
He's
Well,
already-
I don't know about
yeah.
done, but it's an original track or whatever it is. Mark's
Yeah.
already on it, and visuals
For
already
sure.
on it, and everything.
can't wait.
But my point is that so Alex and Val are positioned for the best end of the run.
Mm-hmm.
Whitney and Mark were just all speculating as to what she could do. Robert, we already know what he's capable of, so Whitney just needs to maintain that.
Whitney
the
needs to make
crap out
sure
of
that
this.
freestyle is perfect for
They
Robert,
got
for
to
him
get
to win.
into it without a dip. Robert cannot
Yeah,
dip.
he can't dip.
cannot have a little slip up and a
No.
He's
you
on
know?
a good He's on good momentum now.
right.
He
But
is.
now everybody's splitting hairs because
Yeah.
everybody's like, I used to give one vote to 7 different couples. Now I got to give 7 to one
Yeah.
because I don't want to split that. Now you're starting to think whom to give it to, and then Dylan and Danielle are poised after this week to do something, and be part of some
I think
kind
they
of.
have Argentine tango.
And I'm
She's
so
great.
happy for that. Oh my God, that's
Yeah,
the best
so
news. I
he
didn't
might
even know
kill
what they
it.
were.
Yeah, I think they have Argentine with somebody else.
Let them kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that would be amazing.
But he needs to get into the character. I want to see some
no,
fierce
he
shit
needs
from
to be
him.
choreographed for the
Yes,
right
but I
way.
want to see him in it. I need him.
I can agree with Argentine Tango with that's important because if he delivers a couple of more elements for the woman, for that person, for that guy, for that people that watch him and go, oh my God, this guy is amazing. He needs the next level for Dylan would be that. It would be to grab her head and pull her in.
Give it.
He
You know
needs
what I'm
to
saying?
channel the
Just-
books that he reads. He's shadow daddy vibes. Y'all don't know what that
I don't
means.
even know
I
what
know
that
what
means,
that means.
but I can imagine.
Shadow daddy vibes. All right, listen,
Long
get into the
hair, little
romantic
white horse,
genre.
He gives her to
He
things.
needs
You
to
will see.
sex it up. Like,
Sex it up.
come on
that
now.
like totally like alpha male that
Yeah.
just takes control. That's
Argentine
that's
tango
romantic.
allows for that. If
Shadow
he's
daddy.
into it, and if Daniela is gonna do the right thing, you know,
I need to be thrown around.
Argentine tango
Yeah.
I
allows.
just want to be
for-
picked
for-
up and thrown
for
around.
the
Sorry, what
moment-
are you saying?
I'm just saying for the yeah, that she's already
I'm
in
not
it.
listening.
The
I'm just
way
imagining
he
things.
puts his hand on her back. The
You
way
do that the best,
The way
babe.
you take her.
Yes.
See,
You give it to me. Yes.
What?
I
Like
feel like I
this?
shouldn't be here for this
See,
part. I'm not entirely sure what
Babe,
just
please
happened.
be here for this part.
Sorry,
Who
continue.
are we talking about?
I'm just that's a great dance for
Yes,
for
I want it.
Daniela.
Maxi, you should hit him up because he also needs to move a bit more like you. For real, like sexy stuff aside. I mean like the movement through your legs and the way that you create shapes and like you make every moment of the way you move from foot to foot count, right? You could take a photo at any time and it looks amazing. He misses that. He gets stuck in between. The base doesn't stretch the second into plie, doesn't go big enough. Like we need more of this.
Nice
Tell her.
compliment.
Where to find me?
I love
That's
you.
a really lovely compliment.
Slide in my DMs.
Actually, nobody slide in my husband's DMs,
Yeah,
please.
bitch, nobody slide in those DMs. I will come for you.
I got you with the white base
Okay.
and a deep
Got you what?
voice.
I don't even know what it means. It just felt dirty.
She said white base. Yo, what? Nobody has it. Nobody. What did she say? Never
A
mind.
wide
I'll think
base.
about it. She said something about my wide base.
Oh,
I don't
I'm
stop.
I'm
Not
speaking-
the
No.
wide base.
I'm speaking
Stop.
it
I
like
think-
this on purpose.
I think no. Keep going. Popcorn? Has anyone, Joshy? If you got some popcorn, I'm good. Like, I'll just hang here and listen.
I don't want to hear about a wide base, though. I'm sorry. No.
I was
Please.
actually
Wrap-
talking about foot
wrap
placement, but I love this direction. Let's go there.
Okay.
Hachi's under the table now.
Oh.
That's it. I'm not coming out.
Mom,
Hachi's
Dad,
gone.
what are you doing?
Okay. So team dances were at the end of the night. I love team dances.
Team dances are so fun.
So
I mean, I
fun.
used to love team dances in doing them. They're exhausted that week, but it's a fun experience.
It's good to I don't know, have fun with your competition, you
For
know,
sure.
because everyone is there for the greater benefit of that team. Like everyone has to come together, support, and do their very best for the team. So I love this period of the competition. I will say though, I found more enjoyment with Team Cool. I preferred their dance. It was fun. I was smiling the whole time as I was watching it. Obviously, the Team Chicago was more technical.
Mm-hmm.
But they had to play with Andy's strengths as well on Team Cool. So that's what happens. What'd you think?
I mean, I wish they went balls to the wall like we used to go. You know, and I'm not being an old guy that's like,
Gangnam
back
Style.
in my days. I'm just saying Gangnam Style is legendary status. And it's
Legendary.
Not just because of personalities. We just had the...
And what was that? Tick, 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 tick,
Oh,
tick,
the
tick.
Fox one.
The Fox one.
Team Nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
There were so many great.
Something with the fuck say.
Yeah. Remember
The
that one?
Fox?
Oh my God, we had a blast.
A blast.
No, I thought that
Beach Boys.
I thought that the first, what was the first one?
Chicago.
Chicago
Say
was
that
just
again.
cleaner. Yeah. I thought the Chicago was just cleaner and obviously well executed. And if you're gonna have a 9 or a 10, you give that a 10,
Yeah.
and the other one is a 9. And it's again 9 because you're picking on a big part of that lineup, Andy. You know, kind of half a step behind.
See, for me, it was
Yeah.
more than that between the two of them. I like them both. I appreciate that Team Cool was more fun. The song, the colors, the
Yeah.
vibe, like it's just a more fun vibe. But for me, what Team Chicago did that I don't think Team Cool did is use the room and the cameras. Like, as you know, when you're doing a team dance more than any other time, you get to go in and say, this is where we're shooting it in the room. This is how we want to transition. This is what we want to pass through. You get to design not just the steps, but the whole thing.
Mm.
And so I feel like the layers that Team Chicago had, what they're doing in the background, who was passing the camera, how it was traveling from formation to
Super
formation.
important.
Way different. You could have hid so much of Andy's stuff. You could have made him the conductor of it. There could have been more clever ways to utilize the strengths of people, change your angles in the room, use the camera to your advantage. I think they could have potentially done more with the creative. Not the energy, not the vibe, not the fun.
I think it was
not even the story.
It was an attempt, and I might be wrong, but it looked like it was an attempt of being in the back. I picked up on that. Like there was nobody in the background of the other team dancing, and so you could see it was cleaner, it was faster. The steady cam was there. I think this was more of an attempt of like everybody having a fun party in the back, celebrate good times. It just didn't read that way because it was too spread out. We couldn't see them. It was just more of an unclean background.
Unpolished.
Unpolished. And
but
like one was 2D and one was 4D. Like in one, I'm getting all the things and all the experiences and all the layers. And then the other one was just a party.
Yeah, cleaner, more precise formation. But also, I felt like I wanted more use out of the judges. I felt, they were on their own the entire time, danced. They danced, but they didn't touch. They weren't really, like Julianne was spun, with that lift.
Yeah.
That was cool.
The Jason Gilkison special that's now just everywhere.
We did that first, babes.
Babes, you did. That was Peter's move in the blindfold. You remember? Spying on your girl in the wings in New York.
You said something, and now I have to answer for that the entire time.
You said that back in the day.
What do you mean?
You said that back in the day, and it went around. It's the truth. He was looking.
That I was standing on in the wings, just watching Peta
salivating
when she was.
Should I take it back? Is it? Did I lie?
Do not take it back if that's the truth.
You only watched me a couple of times. No, I'm just kidding.
You saw your soulmate out there doing her thing. You just didn't know it yet.
Truth.
I should have consulted first.
I should have consulted first. What do you mean?
But no, I felt like I wanted more out of team dances.
I agree. I don't know if that is on these guys or if it's just on time, budget. You never know. Like back in the day, think of all the things that we had at our disposal as far as props and extras.
We had a crazy song, a crew that did wild stuff. She had, her and Gilles would like took off towel and
oh my God,
cursing,
Gangnam Style,
style, and we had a fan and garbage. Like what props are we talking about?
Oh, some of the other ones had more props. I know, but Gangnam Style is.
Do you remember the candelabras?
Yep.
The Phantom of the Opera. I mean, it was not. I think it was just more. Let's make it at that. Let's make it stand out. I don't know. I'm not, this isn't knock on anybody or anything.
I'm not sure there's been fantastic team dances
for a minute,
for a second, like ones that will shake you up a little bit after watching them. So,
what was the last team dance you remember seeing where you were like, that was spectacular? It's hard for me because I think it's only the seasons I've been on. Is that so completely narcissistic?
I mean,
I only know the ones I've been on.
Even the types that may not have worked all the way was still cool. Like my season with Meryl, we had a
that was a good one.
It was us. It was Derek, I think, with Amy.
Yeah.
It was Val, and we were just and Mark.
Wait, that would have been amazing.
We were just
with Candace.
With Candace, yeah.
That was a great one.
I don't even
remember. That was great.
We lost it.
That means I won. What did we do?
No idea, but we had a dope team.
That means
dance.
I won too.
I'm just saying.
What did we do?
We were on stage. We took just a stage. We dressed it as a set.
We were in blue.
It was great. It was dope.
A bluey green. We were in a teal blue green. Was it like a samba-y?
We have to look this up. I was with James Maslow for this.
Aztec-y
Listen, I'm not sure if we lost. Maybe I'm just like being humble over here.
I think you probably won that, babe.
But I know it was a freestyle, is a team dance of me and Meryl, Val and...
With Tony Davolani, we had.
Was he the leader? Was he captain?
I think so.
Good Lord.
Thank you. I loved this. I love having both of you, my favorite people.
I love you guys.
On the couch at the same damn time.
I haven't got to hang out with this guy for this long in a hot minute. So this is awesome. I love you both.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for your opinions. I love it.
You're welcome.